today I am going to tell you how we can copy the data from our SQL server to the Databricks. So now to do this, we need to divide this activity into some different steps. First step will be we need to write one lookup activity, then we need to write second for each activity, then we need to write copy activity, then we need to call notebook activity to perform this whole migration. So our purpose is that migrate tables from the SQL server to the delta tables. So we have already we discussed in our previous session, we have three tables, employee, department and manager. Those we need to copy into the Databricks notebook activity. Same table we are going to copy here. Now first we need to write same as usual lookup activity, where we have the source data set Azure SQL table. Here we return the one query, this select table name from DBO table config. Here we have the list of the tables which we need to copy. Let's see one time the link list. This is our link list, where we can see this logic. Let me show you the table in the SQL server. You can see we have three tables. This table config table, you can see the data. Here we have this one form of the table name. So we need to handle this string. We need here dbo and dot, we have here hard coded. We need now table name, we are replacing dbo dot here, and rest is the you have imported the schema, whatever schema we have. Once we have done this, we have passed this data set table name into this for each activity, where we are accessing this here in the form of the output dot value. Once this one done, we need to go to inside this copy activity, where we need to configure this copy activity, where we have the again linked list SQL table, but in this time we are passing argument item dot table name. Table name means whatever you seen in the earlier our activity. Let me show you that. Table name is, this is query, this is the table name for us, okay, that we are accessing here inside the copy activity source item dot table name. Then we have the target in the, we are moving data now into the Parquet file format. Earlier we moved the data in the form of the .csv format. Only difference is that here file extension will be .parquet and there will file extension will be .csv. .parquet is a more optimized file version that mostly used in the big data world and data engineering, and it is open source file format. It is a columnar file format, and it takes more than 50% less space than the CSV file. So these are the advantages. So we are using the Parquet file format here to put the data from the SQL server to the ADL Gen 2. Let's see its configuration. Here we can see container. We need to give. We have to give the path. Landing Parquet is a new folder we have created, and we have to make some adjustment in the. We have to get the table name. So landing Parquet slash table name slash again we have given the table name dot Parquet. Let me show you that directly into our Parquet file format. Here we have to go in the storage account, storage browser, blob containers, landing Parquet. You can see employee manager department 3 folder have been created with the table name. Here you can see my table name dot Parquet. There's all the things have been done after the copy activity done. I have already run, that's why it is showing here. Similar logic we have written for the to achieve this. Now once this copy activity completed, now we need to move into the most complex thing. We need to now look into it. Now here we can see this Azure Databricks notebook activity. Databricks, you know, might be know that it is a unified solution for the data engineering, where we can have all the Spark related advantage we can use in the Databricks. Here you can manage the user very well. We can have the security governance. Also we can manage by using the Databricks workplace. So Databricks is a company on the top of the who build the Databricks on the top of the Spark framework, Apache Spark framework. So it is a very useful in the big data world nowadays. So we are copying the data into the one of the feature of the Databricks, that is the data lake tables. We also support the ACID properties. Now we need to look how we can achieve this. For that we need to create this notebook activity, add this notebook activity, and here we need to create one link service of type Azure Databricks. We have to view the Databricks workspace. We are going to authenticate by using access token. We have to use existing interactive cluster. Let me show all those things to you one by one. Go to Azure Databricks, launch. This is Azure Database workspace, which I have already created. If you want to create a new Azure Database workspace, it is very easy. Let me show you. You have to just click on this create button. Then we have to select existing resource group. Then give them some name, select region, select standard, which cost list, or trial pack if you have, and review and create. You can do those things. Unless thing will be saved and you can create. Once these are done, you can see this kind of workspace. Now we need this. We need to click on this Azure Databricks, Microsoft Azure Databricks. Then we will find this URL. We have to just copy paste this URL here. Then we need access token. We can create the access token from the setting, developer, access token, generate new token. From here you can generate that token, and you can use. You have to use the existing cluster ID that you can create from the compute section, you have to just click on this create compute, select the policy which will cost you very less. If you select policy which will cost you more, we will get a lot of bill at the end of the month. So please select this personal compute, then select LTS, means which is the most stable version. You can select, you can see it will cost only 0.75 dB per hour, very less cost will be there, and we can terminate for after 10 minutes. Any activity for this cluster, it will get terminated after the 10 minutes activity. Okay, we have to select this one. Sorry, I have my mistakenly I have created this, let me delete it. Again select personal compute, select this LTS most stable version, then select 10 minutes. This is the thing. This way it will cost you, we need to click on the create compute, your cluster will be created like this. When this will be available, you can select from here. You will see your cluster name, you have to just select that. After that you have to just click on the test connection. Now you can able to connect the Databricks successfully. Once this was done, link service creation part is done, just need to move the next. Here to be the notebook path. Notebook path means here we are actually developing the logic for the copy activity, copying the actual data from the Parquet files to the data lake tables. So this is the path for that. Let me show you that path. Browse user, not here, browse, user, and this is the path, this is our notebook. So this path you need to select, go to that notebook. Now what is the written there? This is the notebook I have created to copy the Parquet file into the delta lake table. Let me show the Parquet file how it's look like. This is a Parquet file. This I will need to migrate into the data lake tables. Let me this is, if you try to download and see it is not human readable, let me show you how it look like. You can see this, it is not human readable for now. This file we need to move this into the delta lake tables. For that we have what we have done, we have written the file path db util.get input path. db util is the one of the utility of the Databricks for which you can do lots of file operations and different kind of widgets we can use to get the input from the Azure Data Factory. So we need some input path. Input path for what? We need that file path, means this one. This one we need this container landing Parquet and this folder. So for that we need the widgets.get input, and then we need to print file underscore path. Now to do this we need to connect Azure Data Factory, the Databricks. we can't directly connect Azure Factory database directly. We need to do some configuration, some security policies we need to follow. So that what we have done, that we have created one service principal, and that service principal key we have stored in the key vault, and that key vault and key we have stored into the Databricks secret scope, and that Databricks secret scope we are accessing here. Little bit complex here. Let me show you one by how we can achieve that. For creating service principal, we have to go here. We have search for intra ID. We have to click on the app registration, give some name to that, then register. Once this is registered, we can see app registration in the where we can see manage. I think in manage I can see those things. Roles, administration. This one, app registration. Here you can see that this one I have created, the Databricks service principal. Once this has been created, again we need to go to manage, and we need to create certificates and secrets. You have to go to the certificates and secret. Here you need to add new client secret, give some description, recommended, and add. Once this one add, we have this like kind of you can see in the key. We have to copy that kit and make a note down of it. Once that is done, also we need lot of things like in the certificate and security. If you go, let me. This is our secret. Before here overview. This Databricks service principal, you have to go to this Databricks service principal, and once we have enter into this, we need to make a note down of this directory ID, and also we need tenant ID. I think this object ID. I think we need object ID and tenant ID. Those two things we need. Sorry, not object ID, application ID and tenant ID we need. And third thing what we need, this value, certificate secret what we created. So three things we need to connect to the Databricks through the service principal. Once this is done, we need to create Azure Key Vault. In this way, to create Azure Key Vault, let me show how we can create this. Already I have created. Let me show how we can create Azure Key Vault. You have to just click on the button create. Here we need to select resource group, give the name, select the region, standard, and next after doing this we have to set the what policy access. Once this is done, we have to give all this get, list, update, create, import, delete, all this permission we have to give to the user. Once we have created the key vault, we can see like this key vault has been created. After creation of the key vault, we can see we have to go to setting, and not in the object you have to go to the secret. You have to generate, and you have to give the name. You have to add that secret value, that service principal here, and we have to create, and we have to give some name like DB key secrets. This way we can create the Azure Databricks key vault. Also we need to give the access to the Databricks like this. Go to the access policy. We have to give the access to the Azure Databricks, Azure Data Factory. We have to give all those access. you can give from here. Access configuration, from here you can give setting access configuration. From here you can give access to the Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks, like get list, all these access you need this. When this is done, now we can ready to use Key Vault and service principal to access Databricks from the Azure Data Factory. But there is one other challenge. We can't directly access service principal and Azure Key Vault in the Databricks, so we need to create a secret scope in the Databricks. From there we can access those Key Vault and service principal. So let's look how we can create that. Just type here connect, how connecting Databricks connecting Databricks from connecting Databricks to ADLS Gen 2. This page you have to find. Here you can see all the steps what I have explained here mentioned in this URL. So this step we need to do, this step we have remaining. We have to copy this link. Once you copy, you have to paste it in the address bar. You have to give the secret scope name, you have to select creator, you have to give Azure Key Vault URL and resource ID. We can find this thing in the Azure Key Vault. I think we can find here. Yeah, this is the URL, and in the I think remaining thing you can find in the properties. Yes, these properties, this resource ID you can find here. Whatever resource ID, those things we needed, we need to copy here and we need to create. Once this secret scope created, we are now ready to access database from the Azure Data Factory. So we have to give that this name here, this whatever name you give here, you have to give here. We have to give this secret name here. Then we have to copy paste this code as it is. This configuration we need to set, all the configuration we need to set, but we need this application ID and tenant ID we need to add here. You need to add application ID here, we need to add tenant ID, and this service credential we need to add here. Let me confirm, this is a tenant or this is application ID. That is the service principal. You have to go to the employee ID. Then app registration, all application, data service principal, here you can find B. From B it is starting means it is application ID. This is the application ID and this is a tenant ID. You need to add application ID here and tenant ID here and service credential. This code is very necessary for connection. Once this connection has been done, now we can access this our container landing Parquet, whatever we already have shown to you. Let me show you again. This is landing Parquet. This you need to access all the configuration you have. Once you have done, we can able to access by using butil.fs.ls. We can access this folder. Once this folder you are able to access, then go to, we have to, we can read this Parquet file path, whatever file path we are getting here. Let me show you how we are passing that file path in the Azure Data Factory. We have to go to the notebook. In base parameter we can see here, we can pass that part. Replace concat item dot table name dot Parquet dot dvo dot, all these things we need to concatenate it and replace dvo dot with the space. So all things we have done, we will get the file path in the form of table name. So I can show you once this in the till the landing Parquet we have this path. After that, whatever the department dot department dot Parquet we can get here in this file path. And once this done, we can see the code, we can see the output like this. And once we have data frame in the table, we have in the data frame, we can then copy that table into the data frame we can copy into the delta table. That is the command, override mode, override format delta, save as table. This is a file dot path just to get the table name from this file path. We are getting the file path like this, landing Parquet slash department dot Parquet. From here we are fetching the table name. Here we are fetching the table name, and then we are saving the delta table same as the table name of the whatever table name we have in the SQL server. After execution of this notebook, we can see the table created in the catalog. We have to go to catalog. We have to go to the Azure Databricks workspace, default schema. So it will get created default schema because we have not mentioned any schema. Department employee manager, we can create our own schema, and there we can create. And this table is a managed tables, it is not a external table. It will be managed by the Databricks, so it is a managed table. It have the schema, complete detail. Let me show the details to you. Storage location will be in the unit catalog storage. It is a part of the unit catalog. It is managed by the unit catalog. All the details, table ID, data runtime, predictive properties. This is a managed table. Already I told you it is not an external table. In this way we can create delta tables from the SQL server. Let me run it again. I think it is created at April 22. If I run today, today is 8 April 12/8. So once I will run it, this created date will be changed. Let me show how it runs. Let me create on debug. It will hardly take 1 or 2 minutes. You can see we have fetched the config table details. All the table list we have got on the table config table. Let me go to our SQL databases. Query editor. We have to access our database here from here. I can see here tables. This table config table has been fetched there in that activity. Leave your config department. All this information has been fetched here in this activity. You can see all the activity. In first step, this get config detail have been run. All the data have been pasted here. Once that is done, we have copied the data into the Parquet file format. In the data lake, data return succeeded. €5 return. Here you can see. Here again you can see €5 return. Here you can see €3 return. All three tables get copied in the form of the Parquet. Now in the notebook, actual Parquet file will get converted into the delta tables, and it is running. It is still, I think, not started, because cluster, for starting the cluster, it will take time around 3 to 4 minutes. I have not already cluster started, so that's why it is taking time like 2 to 3 minutes. Else if cluster already started, then it should have finished till now. Let's wait for the cluster start. Let me show you where we can see cluster is starting or not. In the computer, you can go here. You can see cluster is not started here yet. This is the cluster we have used in the link service, whatever your link service created for the Databricks. This is our storage account. This is our SQL server. This is our data factory, and this is our service principal. All things are necessary to connection from the data factory to Databricks. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. Till now, I can tell you that we can access whatever table we have created. This table we can access in the SQL server, SQL editor. Here we can see the data also. Let me show you. Open in Catalog Explorer. We can query here also. We can directly see the sample data here also. Serverless, you need to select. Serverless compute means whenever we just run the query, that at time only it will cost you. When you request for the data, then only it will cost the compute. You can see €5 have been copied here. This is old data actually, not today's copy. I have already ran this 4 or 5 days back. It is a data from that time. It is already get copied. This is the data. I am just showing you how can we see the data in the Databricks. Similar data we have in here. Let me show you the manager data now. You can see this is the manager data, 3 record. This is employee data, 5 records, John and those things, and this is department data. Same we can see John, manager data, employee data, all data you can see here. I think cluster might have been started. Let me check cluster has been started or not. Go to the compute. Yeah, now you can see cluster. It is green. It is showing means cluster has been started. Now you can see. Yeah, now this URL has come. Means notebook running has been started. Let me show you how notebook run happen. This way, this tick means this cell has been executed successfully. You can see the department Parquet path have come here. This now we have made a successful connection with the Databricks. Here we are able to access the path, that department path till department we are able to access. Once the access has been done, we can able to fetch that department data we have loaded into the data frame. Now we have converted that data frame into the data tables. In this way, all the remaining notebook have been succeeded. All three tables have been copy paste succeeded. Let me show you the Databricks. We have to go to the cluster, open catalog explorer. We have to go to details, created at, it is still showing April 2 now 25 9/25. I think it is overwritten. Okay, it is table has not been created again, data has been overwritten. So what I will do, I will drop this table to see our output. How I can let me delete this table. We have to delete this table. Now the default schema there is nothing now. Once I will run the pipeline, all the tables will be get created. Let me run it again. This time it will not take too much because cluster already have been started. You can see compute control is in green state, so this time it will not take too much time. Yeah, notebook running has been started. 2 table have been created, third is going on. This is taking 31 seconds. Pipeline is succeeded, green status. We can see now here in the, just refresh it. Okay, you can see all the tables have been created now. Now today's date have come. You can see sample data also. In this way, we have migrated all three tables from this SQL server to this Databricks side. So this is a very important thing right now. Today's industry have been using that Databricks they are using for the data engineering purpose. So this is a very important migration activity that they are doing day to day, their activity. So we need to focus on how we can make the connection from data factory to the Databricks. So there are different security implementation are there. There are different way we can connect from Azure data factory to the Databricks. Here we have used some service principal approach. That is the mostly widely approach used in the industry. So that's it for the today's session for my side. Thank you for watching this video. please like and subscribe. Let me know if any suggestion, or you can make more, if you need any more details on this Databricks side copy activity, or you need any other session to make on this topic. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video.